Who is your source? What is your source? We thought it wouldn't be nice for this series to end without us addressing this subject. Who truly is your source? Because sometimes some of us would say, oh, God is my source. Everything comes from God. But then we were faced with certain situations. I think that just reveals our default. Who do we run to? What do we fall back on? Who do we think is our go-to person? Because sometimes we, in the face of such decisions, it may be a business project you're running, you set out to do as a family, and then you're stuck. Sometimes we don't even realize we should be checking with our source where the source of money we need to run it will come from. So we just, it just appears we've hit a brick wall, exactly, brick wall. And then we just go to anyone and we keep hearing no, and then we get so disappointed that sometimes it frustrates us out of that project. You know, so as a family today, we're asking, who is your source? As a couple, who is your source? What is your source? What are you relying on?
Well, this is very important because you know what we said during the course of this series is that we only share our personal stories, we share what we have worked on practically. So we're not going to be sharing some theoretical point of view. So about 2 years ago, or more than that, we started hearing, oh, the cost of living is going up, oh, you know, and all kind of, you know, because we like to watch the news just to stay updated on what is happening. And then the more we heard the narrative, so questions, oh, what's going to be in the new mortgage rate? Or what's going to be this? How are we going to afford this? How are we going to sort out these expenses? And those kind of questions were just coming up. And then we say, ask ourselves, by the way, what does God have to say about this situation? And then that's when we actually went to God and started praying, and God gave us a word from the book of Job 22 verse 29. Then when men say there's a casting down, you shall say there's a lifting up. It was like fresh water was just poured on us, and there was a certain level of serenity and peace. You know, when God speaks to you in a situation, there is this internal peace that just comes over you. And so that's the word we went with. And before you know what is happening, in the midst of all the turmoil, more opportunities started opening up for different things that we were like, God, in the midst of this chaos, you can bring opportunity like this. God can give you water from a rock. I'm telling you, God can bring honey out of the rock. You just have to trust Him. And so that's our own experience. Like, no matter what happens, you have to go back to your source, which is God. He has to give you a word for that situation. That word will kind of insulate you. So even though everyone is going through an experience, and even if so you have go through a bad experience, he can take you through that experience and bring you out at the other end, and you're wondering, how did I go through this? He'll bring you out better, stronger, more equipped, better than you went through. So you can't talk about financial intimacy without talking about your source, without working with your partner to hear God's voice for every situation. Otherwise, you see one person heading in the right direction, the other person is heading in the other. That's what we call division. D means two. Two vision. So people are looking at two separate things, and their confessions will be different, and that brings conflicts in a relationship.
Okay, so we remain Chidi.
I'm Victor.
I am Chidi Akunna.
And I'm Victor Akunna.
So we'll see you on the next one. Now, we do hope that you have taken something from this.
Absolutely.
You know, regardless of what's happening. Even if you think that, oh, okay, my husband has gone off to blow some money or do something I don't quite appreciate. You can still go back to God, and you will be shocked at the beauty, the glory that will come out of that situation. All right, we'll see you on the next one.